What do you mean, Lou Jack's still with you?
I see him. I have conversations with him. I mean, I know it's all in my head, but it just seems so real. More real than anything else that's going on most of the time. It's pretty weird, huh?
No, not at all. I think it makes perfect sense.
Really?
Yeah. Beth, there's a part of Lou Jack that will always be alive in your heart. A part that is there to call on whenever you need it.
I'm glad you understand. A lot of people would think I'm pretty crazy.
It's because most people have never really been in love.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Beth, you and Lou Jack were so totally in love. You shared each other's realities.
I knew him better than I know myself.
You felt when he thought, and when he was angry, and when he laughed.
I still do.
That's the most incredible thing about love. Not even death can take it away from you.
Philip. You always know just the right thing to say. You can do with words what Lou Jack did with music.
Oh, I only wish that was true.
It is. That letter you sent me from Washington. It was just what I needed to hear.
I'm glad.
You think that's easy to do. It's a gift. To be able to know your feelings so well. And to convey them so perfectly to someone else. When I read that letter, I was as strong and brave as that cherry tree that you described.
You are. I just wish I could find the words right now.
For what?
To convince you to go to that award ceremony tonight.
I don't want to do battle, but you and I have to talk.
About Kyle?
Yes.
We both love him, Reva. We're both concerned about his pain and his confusion that he's going through right now. And we both want what's best for him.
Right. At least we agree on something. The hard part is coming to an understanding as to what's going to be best.
I know about your calling off the wedding. That was a brave thing to do.
Well, it was the only thing that could be done. Kyle's had his share of lies and deception. I just wish I'd told him about the baby sooner.
I wish I had, too.
Why didn't you?
I was waiting for the right moment. Kyle was so full of love for you and making plans for your future. I couldn't interfere with that.
It must have crossed your mind, though. Loving him the way you do and wanting him.
Reva, I want Kyle to be happy more than anything. I knew that if I told him about the baby, he would insist on marrying me for the child's sake.
Has he asked you now?
I didn't give him a chance to. I knew that he would feel obliged to me. I didn't want him to. This pregnancy was an accident.
An accident I wish had happened to me.
That would simplify things.
And make it sound as if you wouldn't mind.
Kyle loves you. I'm sure he wants to have a child by you.
Are you planning on staying in Springfield?
Yes, I am.
Why?
Because Kyle wants to be a full-time father, and I won't deprive him of that.
Even once he and I are married?
Of course. I'll make arrangements so that Kyle can see his child whenever he wants.
You're a friend of my mother's.
Yes. You find the idea amusing, Mr. Sampson?
Well, I meant no disrespect, I assure you. It's just that, well, it's difficult to imagine my mother being very religious.
The workings of the soul can be a very private matter.
Well, yes, my mother is good at keeping secrets, so I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that she's gotten one more.
Some of those surprises may be happy ones.
That would be a first.
Keep in mind, Mr. Sampson, emotions often cloud judgment. We're not always able to see a parent as clearly as others do.
Sometimes we're able to see them quite a bit more clearly, though.
Your mother is a good woman. Very caring.
Oh, I see you bought that act, did you?
It's not an act.
Oh, yes, it is. You see, I know her very well, and she's been trying for a long time to establish this image of herself as a pillar of society. Well, I happen to know that her business dealings, for example, weren't always quite so upstanding.
This world can be a very hard place. When one has to struggle to survive, mistakes are made.
Yeah, well, my mother's made more than her share.
Oh, it's easy to cast stones. But not one of us is free of sin. I know.
Did she send you here? Are you here to plead her cause?
She has no idea I'm here.
Then why are you here?
I first met your mother in Tulsa, over 35 years ago.
Well, if you met her that long ago, then I don't have to fill you in on her past.
35 years. You're about that age now, aren't you? 35?
Well, yes, I am, as a matter of fact. What are you trying to say?
Do you have cold feet?